Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mass TV. Having our interview segment here, and we are in beautiful Windhoek, and I'm joined by superstar, a champion, Herald Gossip.
Very
Herald,
nice.
how are you doing?
Very nice to meet you.
100%.
I'm good, man.
So, the first thing, I've got a set of questions, of course. You are a Namibian football player, and you've been playing for African Stars in the last 2 seasons. And the first question, which is just a personal question of mine, because I used to play football myself. You play with the number 23. Was there any reason why you selected that number, or was it just given to you?
I know the number comes off like I chose the jersey number 23 because of I signed age 23 in 2023, and then my father passed on age 23. So I just decided to wear jersey number 23 just to remember him, just to honor him and everything.
That's great. That's great. All right, let's go into it. So looking back at what was a main part of, you were a main part of a back-to-back African Stars winning team. How was it during your time with Stars, just in general? What was your general thoughts of winning 2 titles?
When we talk about African Stars, obviously the first thing that comes into mind to everyone is like it's a team where you can win a lot of titles. You play with the best in Namibia. So I'm just grateful that the president and chairman gave me a chance, took me off the streets, granted me the chance to represent the badge, and I think I did well by winning the back-to-back with Stars in my first 2 seasons. And yeah, it was being at African Stars. I learned a lot because playing with the likes of Awilo, Juja, competing with them, it's not like I wanted to do more better than them because they already experienced. I just learned from them. So yeah, I think now that I'm a free agent, I think I've learned a lot and can take the next step in my football career.
And essentially, you were used coming off the bench, which was still a super sub role. You're still a young player, you're still a young football player, but now that you are a free agent, would your message to a potential team in Namibia or even outside Namibia, would that message still be that you are a super sub, or would you like to start games and influence the games from the beginning?
I think at Stars, because of competition, I couldn't start many games, but I did start. So I think going into the next chapter, I think I'll need to think more about being the starter because I've learned a lot, like I said in the start. So I'd like to start. To any team that I'm going, I'm there to compete, start for the first 11, and then give what is required from me, what I did at Stars. And coming off the bench from Stars, I had motivation because the likes of Awilo, Juja, them, they did the job already when the game started. So coming in, I just come with the energy like I'm a speedy winger, so I can give that to any team that requires my services.
Yeah, and you just said now a speedy winger. For those of the people that don't know, you are predominantly left-footed, but you can play on both wings, both feet.
Yeah.
In one sentence, how would you describe your playing style?
Calm.
Calm.
Yeah, I'm calm.
Very calm on the ball,
Yeah.
but you do use your pace, because I still say that you're one of the fastest players in the league in general. So would it be more to beat the defender and get in behind, or would you like to be calm, or is your playing style more calm and distributing amongst the midfield and building from there?
For me, I think I'm calm, but for people watching me, they say more often I use my strength, which is speed. I think I'm calm when I'm doing it. I just like running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like running. So if I have the ball and I see it, I just go forward. That's what I do best.
Not to get political here, but you are essentially a registered football player. So there are many boys and girls watching this interview and saying, I want to become a football player. I want to get into the sports of Namibia. Do you think that, we're not obviously going to get political, but do you think that there's enough support towards sport in general and football?
Like in Namibia, in Windhoek, I would say there is support here in Windhoek because everything is happening here in Windhoek. Like for me, I'm coming from Swakop, coastal town in Namibia, so there in Swakop it's a struggle because they only choose, even if the national team they are choosing a national team for the junior ranks. They usually just take 2-3 players from Erongo region or that side. So it's very difficult to get opportunities. And there are players that side that are very good that can make it into any team here in Windhoek. But then because of lack of resources, not knowing people, football is like if you know someone, you go far. So I think the ones that are outside of Windhoek, they are having a disadvantage of not knowing what's really happening here, what's the opportunities granted the side. So I would think people should invest in getting more resources all over Namibia.
Yeah, decentralizing the support and making sure all the regions get the same support as Windhoek would get. Yeah,
support must be shared equally. That's what I think.
Coming back to African Stars and even the MTC Maris Cup and the NFA Cup, 4 trophies now that you have lifted. What was your proudest moment out of those 4 campaigns?
Like for me, I only wanted to play football. So like African Stars actually made the dream come true because at age 23 I signed, and age 24 I won my first trophy, which was the Namibian Premier League, and then the NFA Cup in the same season. This season we won the same thing, so it's back-to-back at Cups and the league title. So I think for me the proudest moment would be when I lifted the league, because I never imagined like a boy from Mondeza signed age 23 and then winning it the same season. So it's a dream, like my career, it's a dream start for me so far. That's why I'm open to joining any team that would acquire my service or need my services. So yeah.
And that's funny. Going into the next question, which I was about to ask, are there any teams in the league or outside Namibia that you are looking at potentially joining?
Yeah, like I told you, like African Stars exposed everything. Like when I came to Windhoek, more people got to see my potential, and coaches obviously heard from players. Certain players' contracts have been expiring this month, so I'm one of those players. And like 3 teams here already in Windhoek applied for my services, but then I'm just on holiday assessing which one to join, because like joining any team, it's not like you just sign papers and then everything. You have to join a team that has the same plans with you. Like say for instance, the goals and objectives must align. So yeah, it would take a bit for me to decide on which team to join, but then there's also teams from outside of the borders that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, hopefully before the month ends, something would eventually happen.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to get that report from you if it is a transfer that you come. Mass TV will definitely be on it.
Most definitely.
Outside of football, who is your biggest supporter? Who is your biggest supporter? Who keeps you going? Is it a family member? Is it a friend? Perhaps even still certain players in African Stars that keep you updated with things. Who's that one individual that you can say, okay, no, this person was always in my corner?
Am I allowed to mention like more than one name? Or
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. Like for me, Gianotto has always been the mentor, the guy I look up to. Everything he does, try to copy it. Like I even read his story. He was here for 6 months and then he went from here to South Africa. Like for me, I'm looking up to Gianotto, but then Gianotto is, we talk, but then we don't usually talk like friends or like close people, but we do talk when I get a chance to talk to him. But I can say Awilo helped me a lot because like it's unfair. Some of the Namibian people are checking down on him because he's actually a good guy. Because he helped me. He took his Awilo and Lucky those two. Yeah, they are the ones that helped me a lot. Because as a winger, he's a winger, so he tells me what to do often in training. He is a great leader, so I would say Awilo and Lucky Aite.
Yeah.
That's true.
And why do you think that there's a perception with Awilo? I mean, we saw the reports of him having some friction with the national team coach and in and out of the national team. Now, with the Kasafa, he actually rejoined the team. But why is there this stigma around a player that has been almost player of the season? Of course, Bakonja Chaikika took player of the season this season, but for the last 2 seasons before that, he was player of the season. So why is there this thing around it?
I don't know. It comes with changes of coaches, man. Every coach has his own players. Like I'm not saying Coach Colin is not Awilo's favorite one, but then Coach Colin knows what he wants, so he goes with what he wants. And if the nation wants Awilo, that's the nation. The coach is the one that's in charge of picking the first 11 and the guys that are going to represent the nation. So with Awilo, I can only tell you, from my perspective, Awilo is a good human being, a true professional. It's something to hear about someone, from someone, but it's another thing to get to know the person. Yeah. So for me, I would say Awilo deserves all the praise he gets from the people in Namibia, and I hope he continues what he does best, and he's a good leader for me.
Yeah. And of course, national team call-ups is something that is going to come for you sooner rather than later. You at African Stars, you went through 3 coaches, essentially even 4. Bakera, Ronnie, Konalelo,
George Prince Coffee.
George Prince Coffee. Apologies. The current coach now, Bob Mafoso, and even Benny House. So out of you can present yourself to other clubs to say that you can understand different styles. Which one of the 5 coaches that you've been with can you say that, okay, that coach really understood my style of play? This coach really used me where I wanted to use or be within the squad. Which is the one coach you can really say and tip your hat to?
Fish. Those questions.
The hard question.
Not one actually, but then I can say 2. Coach Teles Pagera, he's the one that scouted me from Swakop. So big ups to him. He was in charge in my first season, but then because of, I don't know, coaches do what they do, man. Probably had pressure, that's why he didn't use me a lot when he was here. But then Coach Ronnie, that man took the risk of me. He trusted me. When he came, we were sure that if you work, you're gonna play. That's what happened. Under Coach Ronnie, I even played Champions League, both legs. Yeah, so I would say Coach Ronnie. He granted me the chance to express myself, and I trusted him with everything, even though he was a quick figure guy. He's always loud. And I could take that pressure. Yeah, Coach Ronnie for me was the one that I most liked working under.
All right. What's the one thing you've promised yourself to achieve before you retire from football, and what are the prospects of life after you retire? So, 2-styled question, but what is the one thing that you definitely want to achieve in your playing career, and what is the one thing that you want to achieve after your playing career?
Yeah, as a young kid, we always dream a lot, and it comes with age, as they say. I think I don't know if it's an achievement or something, but I just want to look back one day and say, yo, I can be proud of the career I had in football, because thus far it's been going good. So
4 titles at the age of 23 is it's a very good. It's a really good stat.
Yeah, so it's basically motivation to do better and strive for more. But I just like to play for a team outside of Namibia. Hopefully one day Kaizer Chiefs, and Kaiser Chiefs is the dream, so
Kaiser Chiefs.
yeah, we're gonna push until we get Kaiser Chiefs.
Well, no, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great one. And then afterwards, you just said that you want to look back and say, okay, this is what I have achieved. I've achieved many things in football. You'll be content with that. And outside of football, is there anything that you looking towards to getting yourself into, or will you try and come maybe give back to football as a coach or an agent or anything like that?
I don't think I'll do coaching, man, because to be a coach is not easy, man.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
already see what, like at African Stars, many coaches, it's not easy to pick a team because once you have gathered all the best players in Namibia and then you just get to pick 11 of them. So the other ones, you just have, there must be a balance. So being a coach, I mean, nah, that's out of the question. I think I'll give back to the community. Yeah, that I'll do, obviously, and probably do business.
Okay.
Yeah, business after football. Because football is stressing me.
Yeah.
Football is stressing.
Let's get back onto the pitch. Let's get a little bit technical. Can you remember an opponent or a team that was your toughest opponent? Perhaps a defender or just a team in general that was the toughest one on the pitch?
I don't think there's a team, but there is one guy.
A defender specifically?
Charles Ambira.
Charles Ambira.
Yeah, he's the toughest one I faced so far. I often face him every time in training.
In training, yeah.
I don't see the other ones difficult because if I can manage Charles, it's 50-50. Some days I win, some days I lose. But then I learn because he's one of the best defenders Namibia ever had. You see, so going past him, it's motivation. So I would say Charles Ambira and then, yeah, Karuka also. There are two bullies actually in training. Young boys are being kicked every day, so but we learning. Yeah, I would say Charles and Karuga, but I haven't faced any opponent yet that made me switch even from this line to the other line. Yeah. Try to beat all of them.
All right. Staying onto the pitch, what would you rather do? Would you rather score a cup-winning goal in the final, or would you rather have a player of the season type performance throughout the tournament? So would you rather have the one moment where it's probably a 1-0 victory and you were the one that scored in the final, or would you like to have perhaps 10 or 15 goals throughout the season and be named the player of the tournament?
And no, heroes are celebrated every day, so I'll choose to be the one that's scoring the last goal in the final. Yeah, because I'll be celebrated more. Yeah, so I think that's the one I'll choose, to be scoring a goal in the final.
Remember Mario Götze with the World Cup?
Yeah.
There's individuals like that we will never forget.
Never.
Yeah.
It's iconic moments.
And then just lastly, so it is kind of announced throughout this interview that you are a free agent and you are looking for specific teams, and you did say that, of course, Kaiser Chiefs is the end goal, but Europe and outside of Namibia or outside of Africa is something that you're also looking to do. What is that one message to coaches, agents? Your style of play, we spoke about it, left-footed, but you can play on both wings. I put you as one of the fastest, perhaps the fastest person on the pitch throughout the entire Premier League. What is that one message that you want to leave the viewers, whether they're coaches or agents, with? What is that one message that you can say that you are a player, a championship player, a champion player that you can bring to their team?
The only message I can give, like agents or coaches or any team that I would join next, is that I owe the coming season to myself. So any team that's going to sign me, it's going to be like, they won't be lucky because I'll give everything like 100 plus. So they just have to be ready. I myself already am ready to go into the next challenge. So this is something I'm looking forward to. I owe this season to myself because for the past 2 seasons, I just feel like I've learned a lot, soaked in a lot, and this is the time for me to like put the family name back on top. Yeah.
Hello, Gossip. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers, guys.